Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
We're going
How
live
are
right
you?
now. Ken Coleman started a live as well, but don't
What?
leave ours for his.
That's right. Okay, we have not.
No! No! Anyway,
All right, hold on a
we're
minute.
getting ready to rock and roll. Are we doing it? Is it live?
I don't think it is.
I don't think
With
it
the
is
crunch.
live.
Okay, this is. What's
Something
up,
weird
guys?
happened.
I'm
Sorry.
not sure if Facebook is live either.
It says live right
Why
there.
is your thing doing?
Just close it. Sorry, Facebook. Yeah.
Okay,
There we
what's
go.
up, Facebook? 2 seconds and we will get our
2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
tech diffs going.
There we go.
Tech deck.
What is that? Why are you laughing?
Guys,
All right.
I like to laugh.
Good morning. We figured it out,
morning.
you
Hi.
guys.
All right.
Okay.
Give a minute for the Instagram feed to.
No,
to
we're good.
catch
We
up.
can just
Okay.
start in.
All right. Very good.
Hello and welcome to Anatomy of Marriage Radio. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
What's up, guys? My name is Seth Studley. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Good morning. We hope that your Tuesday is going good. Ours is going good. And every day we do 4 things. What are those things, Mel?
We do a prayer, a gratitude, an intention, and then we talk about our question of the day. And as always, we are live on Facegram and Instabook. Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
Facebook and Instagram right now. So you will hear us saying hello. So hello, Juan. Good morning.
Maybe I'll invest in those. Say, hey, Dina. What's
right?
up?
So you can join us every weekday at 7:30 a.m. Pacific
Mm-hmm.
Standard Time to join us live, ask questions, whatever. But we're glad that you're here, and we are super excited. And as always, our show is brought to you by Get Your Marriage On. Get Your Marriage On is a couples counseling app that's fast, fun, and never boring. And you guys, we created it.
Mm-hmm.
So go to getyourmarriageon.com to get the app today. You will not regret it. You will have amazing sex. You will love your partner more. It will be flippin' awesome.
Fast, fun, and never boring, like my little Toyota Yaris.
That's right, your Yartis. Baymax, as his Yartis is
Baymax.
known.
Okay, why don't you pray this morning to start
Right.
us off?
Dear God, thank you so much for all of the blessings that you've given us as a family, as a couple, with our podcast, in our home, God. I pray that we use the gifts that you've given us, the blessings, the joy in our life, and we magnify that out into the world, God, that we magnify it into our marriages, into our homes, into our lives, and that we don't live our lives as if they will always be there, Lord, because they won't. And let us celebrate every single day to the fullest with love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, and all the good things. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Wow. That was
Feeling it.
That was a good prayer.
Feeling
were
all the
feeling it.
things.
You got your Joyce on this morning, huh?
Ooh, Joyce! Mama Joyce.
All right. Well, hey, what's up, Tony? I am thankful. I actually felt great gratitude as I was rubbing your back when you were praying just now, saying, I am thankful for a praying wife.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful because you believe it and you act it out, and that's a good, it's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's not all about just, oh, feelings, blah, blah, blah. But I am thankful that you are a spiritual person and you find that very important, because that outflows to me, to our home, and to our kids, and that is something I'm thankful for. So, thank you.
You're welcome. I am thankful. And guys, we encourage you to do this in your relationships. Pray together, talk about the things you're thankful for, and talk about your intentions. So do that. We're not just doing this because we're weird. Do it with your partner. So
That's
I
right.
am thankful that you made our kid, Misto, Mariner is his name,
Yeah.
that you made him ribs.
Oh, right.
So we bought a quarter of a pig, butchered, and it's amazing. And Mariner loves food. He loves good food, ribs, all the things, sushi, all of it. And you took the time to make barbecued
Ribs.
and
On
on a grill, like with charcoal and all of the jazz, and it smelled so good. I don't like ribs, but it smelled amazing.
Yeah.
But today we're gonna make, for when you're off at work, I'm gonna make Mariner rib meat tacos with coleslaw inside.
Like a barbecue taco style.
Yes, and he's going to love them.
That probably will be awesome.
Yes, so thank you for taking the time to do such a kind thing for our son. I really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
I enjoy it. And he asked, it's good to do good things. Delano, what's up, my brother? Prayers up for your nation down there. So, don't know if people know it, but Navajo Nation has one of the highest rates of COVID stuff going on right now. So,
I did not know that.
lift them up in your prayers. So, intentions today. So, see this bracelet right here? It says calm with a smiley face. And I am not an angry person. I am working on being patient and being calm with the kids. Like, come on, let's go, just do the thing, you know. And I think, you know, that's if you're a parent, you know what I mean. And that is something that I just have to tweak.
Yeah.
I don't have to tweak. I have to take a moment, because more is caught than taught. So my intention is to be calm with the kids. And guess what? When I'm a good dad to the kids, I'm good to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is my intention that affects you and our marriage and our family. When I'm calm with the kids, boom, I can be better.
Yeah. And I do want to say, these are our intention bracelets. We got the, like, you know, party pass bracelets from Amazon. We got 200 for like $8. And so we wrote on them, I'm writing them in present tense instead of like, I hope to be, future tense. Mine literally says, oh my gosh, my phone, my watch is,
I'll read it for you. I am
filled with joy. I am strong and happy. I am not angry or annoyed. That is what my intention says for today. We did them last night. We did pigs in a blanket, which was like the funniest thing. Prayer, intention, gratitudes, and goals. But so that is my intention today, though, is literally, I'm really struggling because I am having a very hard time transitioning from being sort of stoic, non-reactionary, non-responsive. That's just what my family all does. My family is all the most like zombie middle borderline, and I love my family. I'm not dissing them. They just are. No one's excited, no one's sad. We're just all in the middle all the time. So just the transition of in our home trying to be jazzed and happy and whatever is hard, but then trying to do that with you feels like an extra hurdle to get over. And I am not saying that's my excuse to not do it. It's just a challenge. And so that my intention today is actually do the thing, be the zippy zappiness that I want to be. But it's honestly, it is a much harder struggle than I thought, because I'm not used to it at all.
Just be like me, not stoic and wild and fun and crazy.
Oh, by yourself out in the woods? Okay. I'll not ask you your opinion on anything and go do whatever I want.
Hey, read your bracelet, girl.
Burn.
Anyway, not angry or annoyed. I love it. Good morning,
I just
Chantel.
was annoyed, though.
Good morning, Sammy. Okay.
It's a challenge.
I know, it is a challenge. So, think of these things. They do help you. And the little things add up to be the big things, right? How we do anything is how we do everything in life. And if you can grasp that concept, like I'm trying to do, grasping it very small, and it takes a long time, it is beneficial to you. It is beneficial to your marriage. So check it out.
Yeah.
So
and one thing that Marissa Peer says is every day do something that is in the direction of your goals. So even if it's not a massive change today, if it's a little bit, that's still something, and I'm going to be thankful for that.
Right.
But so let's move on to the question.
Ready. Is divorce my only option? First of all, no, it's not. My husband thinks that divorce is the only option. He says we are too different because I am social and he is not. I am affectionate and he is not. I like variety and he prefers static. I spent years trying to get him to conform to my way rather than taking my happiness in my own hand and having those experiences because I wanted them. I broke his trust with finances and he separated our finances so that we are more like roommates. I have told them that I am not on the same page. However, I am not willing to give up. How do I rebuild trust and connection when he doesn't see a way forward where history doesn't repeat itself right now? I never learned how to be in a marriage and I don't know how to fix the broken parts that came from my family dynamic. So this question, thank you for the question first of all, and when I read that question, I see option after option after option after opportunity after this wasn't here, but I can go get this, I can do this.
Before we dive into options, can I say something that I noticed? That question has the word my and I and me in it more than we and us and together. Like it stood out to me like shockingly how much it says, I want this, I don't want that, I said this, I did that, I'm this, whatever. And that is you have created a divide. Like you're not we, you're not together, you're not we, it's not us, it's me versus him.
Right.
And that mindset is what is making you think divorce is your only option. There's about 1,000 bajillion options. Counseling is one.
Speaking of counseling, go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage.
Right now.
No, seriously, right now, to get hooked up with an actual licensed counselor. We say this all the time because it's very, very important. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I can give diagnoses, I can bill insurance, I can do all this stuff, right? I can write letters to court and attorneys, all this stuff, right? So can people on getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage because they are licensed therapists and they do teletherapy. So you go to there, use that URL, and get hooked up with a therapist who is talking about, who is a professional in your very specific thing that you're needing help for.
Yeah.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Building trust, finances, intimacy,
Yeah.
spirituality.
So literally in the intake form on getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage, and we're not trying to be silly here. This is someone we partner with because we believe in them. In the intake form online, it asks you, are you struggling with finances? Like, are you here to talk about divorce? Are you here to talk about infidelity? It walks you through everything before you even talk to a human. So go there, figure this out. But that's a great place to start.
And also, the cultural piece of therapy is really big. Sometimes we feel more comfortable with therapists, dentists, doctors, clergy people who may look like us and share our experiences. So you can actually pick someone who is from your culture. Black, white, native, Jewish, Muslim, Christian. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And you can handpick your therapist. So go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage. I'm telling this person to do that right now.
Yes.
But somebody says, I love your pigs idea. Is that your own idea or where did you hear about it? It's Melanie's own idea.
It is my idea.
She
I came up with it because every day I felt like we needed something to guide our morning. And it just happened to be that it was prayer, intention, and gratitude and goals. It just turned into the word pigs, and I thought it was funny.
Okay, so back to the question. Let's deep dive in this. So my husband thinks that divorce is the only option. Maybe he thinks that because there's been a lot of struggles, right? There have been, obviously. I thought that divorce was the only option at one point in our marriage. You definitely did, right?
Oh, yeah.
But we pushed through it, and somewhere along the line, I decided I am not a person that will be divorced. You know, and I think that rubbed off on you finally, and then we just worked through it. It sucked, and we worked through it. But as Melanie said, I believe the focus has to go less on. Okay, so here is where a dichotomy is going to happen. So we and we alone are responsible for our feelings, our actions, how we show up in the marriage, right? That is a very individual thing. She is not the dictator of my happiness, my self-worth, my self-esteem, all these things. She can do things that affect those things, but they're not incumbent upon her. They're not. They don't rely on her, right? Sometimes in relationships we get that all backwards. But so here's where the kind of like paradox happens. I am an individual person, right? But within the marriage, we are not an individual.
We're not individuals.
Person, because you can't have a marriage with just one person.
Well, we are individuals. We talked about this before. I don't like how you say it sometimes.
No. I'm not. Well, it's a paradox. It's like I am my own person. You are your own person. But when we come together in a marriage, we merge to create the marriage, right? So I have to share interest in things that she likes. I have to see her for who she is. I have to accept her. And one thing here that says,
yes,
taking my happiness into my own hand and having those experiences because I wanted them. So, yeah, just because Melanie doesn't like something, she may like static experiences, like this person said, and I like big wild experiences. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter that we're like oil and vinegar. It's like, okay, hey, what do you want to do? I can be giving, like, I want to go out and go to a bar and eat barbecue ribs somewhere, you know, and you're like, no, I want to stay home and do yard work. Oh, that's boring. That sucks. Well, okay, last week we did what I wanted to do. This week we're doing what you want to do. And I'm going to have grace and be understanding and be proactive, not reactive around that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, and it just goes back to what Dr. Dan Siegel said in season 1. It's honor differences and promote linkages. So honor, that's such a nerdy way to say it, but honor how you're different. Honor it. Honor it. Honor it. Do not shame.
Honor.
Do
That's
not
right.
get mad. Do not judge. Do not say, you're this, I'm that. Honor it.
Right.
And then promote linkages literally just means do stuff that brings you guys together, right? So honor how, I mean, Seth goes into the woods for hours at a time. Seth hunts. The last thing I ever want to do is kill an animal. I'll eat one, but I do not want to kill one, which
Right.
I know is a dichotomy and it's not okay. But Seth loves to do like rally car racing. I cry when I do rally car racing. I have like traumatic response to it.
Right.
but I'm going to honor that difference by going, yeah, go ahead, do those things. Go to the woods. What do I care? I used to not honor them. I used to get mad at him. I used to argue with him. It used to be a fight. But now also we can promote the ways that we overlap, our linkages, our connection, right? So Seth said, you honor me going to the woods or going rally car driving. I will honor doing yard work with you, or whatever that is for me. Like it might be, I will honor going to Hobby Lobby with you because I know you love it.
Right.
I might not love it, but I know you, Melanie, love it. So let's go there together, alternate weekends,
Right.
whatever.
And somebody says, where do we submit questions?
Oh.
You submit questions at hello@anatomyofmarriage.com.
Or you can pop it in right now knowing that it won't be anonymous. But if you do it to hello@anatomyofmarriage.com, it will be anonymous. We always make it
That's
anonymous.
right. So, rebuilding trust. How do I rebuild trust and connection?
Can I say more? I wasn't done.
Yes.
I have a lot more I want to say. The one thing I want to say too about this question is, it says my husband thinks it's the only option. We're so different, blah, blah. Currently, I'm reading The Sex, God, and the Conservative Church by Dr. Tina Shermer Sellers, and it's really, really amazing. And she talks about this idea of our consumeristic nature around sex and intimacy, because we learn sex and intimacy and marriage stuff through TV, which is all inaccurate, through porn, which is all inaccurate, and we have this consumeristic idea that, well, if I don't like it, I'll go get another one. I can order it on Amazon. It'll be here by 4.
The marriage. The other person in the marriage is here to serve me and make me happy.
Yes, it's all me.
Right.
It's what I want. It's not us. It's not we. It's not how our life is working. It's just me. And when we have this consumer mindset, we often throw away a thing that we could easily fix. And I'm going to use in the terms of a car. It's not easy to fix a car, but it's also not easy to fix a marriage. And I could throw away your, Honda hatchback, whatever. I could throw Speedy away, or figure out how to fix the CV joint thing that always broke, right? And make it go longer and run better and all of these things. So if we have this mindset that it is disposable, what I have is not unique, it's not good, I shouldn't fix it, I shouldn't work on it. We are just going to chase that consumer, I should have what I want all the time, I should never have to work for anything. And you know what that leads to? A lot of emptiness, a lot of feeling like crap, because you could have done the right thing, you chose not to. And I'm not trying to there's a lot, I'm not saying that you're dumb and you're bad or whatever, so please don't hear that. But it is very important.
We could have done a lot of things, but well, sometimes there's a big difference in knowing it and choosing it.
Oh, for sure.
Just sometimes you don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
A lot of our things in our marriage, and sometimes currently, we don't know what we don't know. Right? So then we had a very distinct job to go out there and start knowing. Read books, talk to people, open yourself up to other people in that way. Somebody says broken trust takes time to rebuild.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It takes a long time to rebuild and an instant to break apart. Like you said, if you build a bridge across a river, it takes a long time. Construction's there for 2 or 3 years, right? And then boom, an earthquake or something crazy can happen, falls in the water.
Galloping Gertie.
Yes.
And I want to say too, it sounds like this, if I could kind of blanket this question, is there needs to be a marriage mindset, not a me mindset.
I like that.
A marriage mindset. And it sounds like it says in the beginning, you weren't doing what you liked because you thought you were supposed to do X, Y, and Z for the marriage. That's not a marriage mindset necessarily. That's like a should mindset. I don't know if that's the right word, but like a dictatorial, I don't know what I'm saying.
Right.
But it's not a marriage mindset. So in a marriage, let me just clarify this. It is made up of 2 healthy people, 2 differentiated people, meaning Seth can like what he likes and do what he's going to do as long as his marriage mindset says it honors our relationship, it honors our children, it honors our family and our home. Same thing with me. A healthy marriage mindset is 2 healthy, differentiated people. I may have my own opinions, but if I am being like an overlord, if I'm being the dark lord, if I'm lording over Seth, if I'm being lords,
The red lord.
if I'm being crazy with him and I'm being manipulative or controlling, that is not a marriage mindset. That does not honor him or us or our children or our family or our future. And that's what I'm seeing in this conversation. Like, I don't know if you guys have kids. Didn't see that anywhere in there. But we want to think about, if we have broken trust, it takes forever to rebuild, like years to rebuild. Is it I messed something up? Okay, it's back. Of course it is worth it to rebuild trust. Of course it is worth it. But it's so much about your mindset. It's so much about how you believe if you're just consuming the marriage. I mean, there's so much about it. What are you doing?
I'm getting a conversation starter.
All right, it looks like Seth is rolling into our Get Your Marriage On conversation starters of the day.
Okay.
Again, the day's podcast is brought to you by Get Your Marriage On, the app that's fun, fast, and never boring. Couples counseling app. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay. Do you want to do an intimacy question, or do you want to do a just for fun question? Let's do just for fun.
Oh yeah, do that one. Okay, we're doing the conversation starter.
Sorry, before we jump into that, I hope that was helpful. If you want to have some follow up to that question, please feel free to email us hello@anatomyofmarriage.com. Okay, we're gonna jump into Get Your Marriage On app, which we co-created, which is awesome. Melanie did most of the work. She's a baby doll. Okay, how do you like me to style my hair, Mel?
I like it when it looks like kind of 20s vibe, like wood lumberjack vibe.
Okay.
Brawny paper towel
like
man
with
vibe.
some product in it.
Well, like shave, nice fade.
Right.
Kind of vibes.
Which is not going on right now.
No. I like it to just look like that, like fancy, like when you speak at an event and you get a nice haircut.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, perfect.
Which John can hook you up with that haircut.
Yeah, I hope
at
so,
our church.
John. And I like your hair when you. I like most of your hair, all of your hairstyles. I like when, like yesterday, you had it kind of like wavy and like blown out a little bit.
Blown out.
I don't know.
Your dad is a hairstylist. So.
It was nice. I like it when you do braids. I like it when you do a ponytail, and I also like it when you do it up sometimes as well.
Up mean?
Just like up and a kind of ponytail thing. So I like your hairstyle mostly.
I thought you didn't like
So
ponytails.
this LSC. Okay, do you want to be in our live video? I will let you.
What?
Keep it clean.
Do I
and
push
we'll go
view?
live. Yep.
Okay, we're
All right,
we're
go
trying
live.
this.
Okay, so.
Oh wait, let me get my microphone ready.
Okay. We'll answer the question and see what's going on and say what's up. Okay. Waiting.
If it works.
If it works.
We're trying. Ask the other question whilst
Okay,
we wait.
so whilst we're waiting for LSC
Oh, here we go.
connecting. Okay. Hi.
Hello, I gotta turn my camera around. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome.
Hi. I actually I submitted that email, and I think it was misconstrued just a little bit.
Okay.
I was saying that I realized I was taking ownership of the things that I had done. And that's why it came across very much as I, me. And actually, in this situation, I do have very much a marriage mindset, and the problem is that right now he is not there. He is thinking that it's time to end things and to just quit.
Have you done counseling together at all?
He's opposed. No, he doesn't want to go in and rehash all of the problems that we're having and just go back and forth with the he said she said stuff and just bring up problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if? Okay, I know I'm not the counselor here, but what if? I'm gonna offer up an idea. What if you and he went to counseling together, but you said to one another and to your therapist, obviously, we're not going to be walking backwards into our relationship. We're going to start fresh in our relationship now. New boundaries, new rules, new expectations, clear expectations, loving expectations. Right? Does that make sense? What do you think he would think about that?
It does make sense, and I have already brought that up, and he said no.
Okay, so this comes up in with counseling. One partner wants to go, the other one is like, no, I'm done, right? So we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. So what would it look like if 3 weeks from now, starting today actually, but 3 weeks ahead of time, you have made a lot of changes personally in yourself because you can control yourself. That's all we can do, right? So you say, hey, I'm not interested in rehashing all these things because we all have baggage from our, I've hurt Melanie a zillion times. She's hurt me a zillion times. And we can't move forward if we're always hung up on that stuff, right? So what I can do is say, Melanie, you know what? I do own up all those things, and I apologize dearly for those things. And I am interested in saving this marriage. I personally am going to move forward. I'm not going to look back, and I'm going to walk in this mindset that is new for me, and you don't even have to say, and I want you to join me. Oftentimes, like your husband might be like, well, no, I don't want to join you right now because I am hurt. So you can silence and actions speak louder than you saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this all the time. So hopefully he'll see you being a changed person in this marriage. I think Melanie saw that when I was like, hey, we're praying 6, 7, 8 times a day, no matter what, right? You don't want to, but I am doing this, right? We talk about this in our story. I was changing, and I wasn't saying, hey, you're going to pray with me and we're going to do this because we're in it together. I was like, no, this is what I'm going to do. I'll invite you every single second. If you come, that's great. If you don't, I'm still going to do it, right? So maybe I would like to see you try that out and then go from there.
That's what has been going on for the last probably month or so. And in fact, we had a conversation on Sunday, and he said, you're walking around like nothing is bad, and our relationship is not in a good place. And I said, no. What I realized was 2 months ago when I realized you're at where you're at, I didn't want to be the person I was being. So now I am being who I want to be. I'm not walking around crying or starting arguments or constantly bringing up the relationship because I'm doing relationship. I'm not talking about it.
Great.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
he has seen that.
So I would say, and we're going to let you go here in a minute, I would say keep on doing that. This is not a slow process, as you said in the
quick
email.
process. This is not a quick process.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not a quick process.
Right.
It is a slow process, as you said, and as we all know, trust takes a long time to build, and boom, a short amount of time to break, and then it's going to take a long time to build. So keep your head up. Keep on consuming resources like our show and other stuff. Go read books, and you can do this, and it's going to take work, but I believe you can do it. So thank you so much for calling in, and I'll DM you a free code for the workbook, so you can just pick it up for
I have
calling
it
in.
already.
Oh,
We'll give you
okay.
something else.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you
All
later.
right. Have a good one.
You
too.
too.
Thank you.
That is awesome. So one of the things that I wanted to say right off the bat, and thank you for calling in, thank you for submitting the question, but as you were speaking, I was thinking too, I wanted a divorce so bad when we were going through everything. I was doing everything in my power to knock down Seth's progress, to tell him he was stupid, to tell him it was worthless, to tell him he was bad even when he was doing good. And one thing that I will give Seth credit for is that he never, like you're saying, he never professed to me like, I'm going to fix our marriage. I'm going to be better. I'm going to heal. And it was almost like I had so much hurt and confusion inside that I was lashing out like in all directions all the time. And the only thing that kept us together was Seth's steadfast loyalty.
Right. If I'd have said, hey, I'm going to fix this, you'd have been like,
Oh, no. Yeah.
you were 50% of the problem that screwed this up.
Oh, I would have said 90%.
You're not, well, yeah, you would have said 90 then because
that's what I believed then.
that's what she believed in, right? So it's like, hey, I'm going to drive us all the way. And you're like, you just crashed the car 10 seconds ago. I'm not getting in the same car with you, right?
Exactly. And that is literally how I felt. So I just want to encourage you that it is a very long process. I am so completely proud of you that you are doing the work, making the changes. You see, it does seem like you really see, like, this is a thing I've done, but if I walk around crying, what help am I going to bring? What healing am I going to bring? You're not. It isn't going to help to walk around moping and weeping, but sometimes that's what the wounded, or that's just what I wish that Seth had done that. When I was in that time, I was like, he should feel so bad. He should be crying all the time. He should feel as bad as I feel. He didn't. He felt he felt like secure in his knowledge and understanding that he needed to change. And change doesn't look the same. Change doesn't look like what I thought it looked like. And so him being constant, consistent, loyal, faithful, praying all the time, that was another thing. I don't know if you guys pray together. Even if it's just, I don't know if you're religious or spiritual, doesn't even matter. Prayer and intentional conversation and connection really, really, really helped us. So we set prayer alarms 5 times a day. And Seth would call me, and I sometimes wouldn't even talk. I was so angry I wouldn't even talk. But he said, you know what, I'm going to pray no matter what. But he didn't hammer the point home. He didn't tell me I was stupid because I didn't want to talk. He didn't judge it. He just did it.
Exactly.
And that was huge.
Aaron says, what I've learned about regaining trust is that I, the trust breaker, don't get frustrated or angry with how long the rebuilding takes. His healing isn't on my schedule. Patience.
That's
exactly.
beautiful.
Exactly. If you're trying to train somebody and they're just like, oh, I'm really struggling, you don't get to get mad at them and like dictate what or how fast their healing should be, right? Because then you're just going to wound them more and push them farther away. What's up, Karen? Aaron says, I came in late, but sounds much like the situation I'm in. If you are in this situation, consume all kinds of books, all kinds of podcasts, and talk to people. You can't do this alone, so you have to build a community around you of like actually good resources. Again, go to getfaithful.com/anatomy of marriage to hook yourself up with a real licensed counselor.
And another thing...
And Grace with myself in the process was so helpful. You know what? That is really so helpful, and I'm going to kind of like get real here. So I finished the phase 1, the 30 days, a couple days ago, right? And I've been kind of off the wagon for
of the diet
and exercise, and it's fine. And I can easily go, oh, you're blowing it. You know, you gained some weight, but it's not like anything, and you haven't been as consistent in your stuff. So I actually wrote in my journal. I said, you finished this other thing, you finished the second part of it, and you have 2 more to go. We're just not doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? And it really helped me reframe and shake some truth on it, of the idea of like, oh, you're just going back to your old ways. Like, well, no, I'm not. This is the pattern kind of thing. I mean, if that makes sense. So really be graceful with yourself, because if you're beating up yourself, gracious.
A ballerina is graceful. We have grace when we're gracious.
Right. Agreed. Prayers for his heart to heal so he can receive love again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That and so that was another thing too. I think that consistent prayer, even if it's prayer for yourself, is huge in this process. And there was something else that I was going to say, and I got totally sidetracked.
Okay, so let's wrap.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. I highly suggest that you read or listen to the audiobook and or consume Many Things by Marissa Peer. Marissa Peer. Marissa Peer. I'm going to send links again for her book. I cannot get enough of this woman. She has like hypnotized me. She's a hypnotherapist. But go to audibletrial.com/anatomy of marriage. You can get her book, I Am Enough. And it is so good. And it's about how we talk to ourselves, how we really transform ourselves. And it's so practical, so just clear and concise. And I am blown away by this woman's work. I don't know how I haven't heard of her earlier. But Marissa Peer, I Am Enough. Go to audibletrial.com/anatomy of marriage to get it. And I will send links. And then again, go check out Get Your Marriage On. Our app is fast, fun,
and
easy to use. It's never boring.
One more conversation started. This is the just for fun category. If we could do any project together, what would it be? If we could do any project together, what would it be? Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, can I have 2 answers?
Yes.
Any project is that so project number 1 is my simple project. I want to get or build a very large barn home with swings inside.
That's not a simple project.
Oh, it did say simple. Did it say simple? It was going to be a
build a house
it
for
was
a
going to
simple
be
project.
a swing
That's great.
set, and then it changed.
So yeah,
changed
build a house
mid-sentence.
together. So I still have PTSD from redoing this whole house together, and I'm like, forget that.
Well, let me tell you my second one then. My second project that I want to do is a lifelong project where you and I do like retreats that we facilitate.
Right.
And we buy like a massive property.
Yeah.
Beautiful, like water, mountains, all of it. And we facilitate retreats that are life-changing for people. And our children work at our facility and they like mow the grass and make money.
Yeah. I just want to make like biscuits with you.
Okay. Honor differences, promote linkages.
That's true. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Build a chicken coop and get our little lady hens established.
Oh,
you know?
That's so cute.
I would, yes, that's
okay.
I do want chickens. Okay, we're getting sidetracked.
Hold on.
We gotta go.
Someone that was British lived in our neighborhood, I think, and they called their, or this might have been like on Instagram, but they were British and they called their chicken coop Cluckingham Palace. and it was the funniest thing.
That is funny.
So they sell nice house. Yeah, I know, barn house kits. Best way to test your marriage is to build a home together.
Yep.
Maybe that'll be when we get our TV show.
Maybe. Okay.
I'm game. I am game.
I am game.
Thank
Elsie,
you.
Thank
I'm gonna
you
send
again.
you some information and talk more. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We love you. Have an amazing morning. We're going live with Dr. John Deloney at 9 a.m.
That's right.
So in an hour, and we're going to talk about 3 questions: signing prenups, only having sex once a month, and then what was the other one?
I don't remember.
Another
but
question. It's
tune
going to
in
be awesome.
And you'll find out.
We love you.
All right.
Have
Love
an
you guys.
amazing day.
Bye.
Bye.